Hillary warns Trump, Trudeau's very negative relationship has just gotten worse. I don't doubt it. Trudeau's soft self, and Trump been calling him the governor and of the 51st state and all this other stuff. Trudeau have to be absolutely upset from the way that Trump has been treating him by putting Americans first. Trudeau is so used to our politicians throwing us under the bus and giving Canada what they want. This is why we see at the hockey games and stuff like that, Canadians booing the national anthem and all these other things because they're upset. They're like children that's not getting their way is what's happening right now. But we're going to get Kevin O'Leary's take on it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. Now is the best time to actually join Patreon because it's the beginning of the month. And I just put out a new video yesterday on the connection between the jab and VAIDS, VAIDS, which is something you can't really talk about on this platform, even though I was citing a recent study from Korean University and a past study from Cambridge and Yale. But check that out. Get the information on that stuff. It's just a couple dollars to sign up for Patreon. Also follow me on X and Instagram, where I put out, clips and news and stuff there as well. All right, so let's get into this news here. Now, this comes from Fox Business. Let's just get right to before we get to the clip, O'Leary Ventures chairman and Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary shut down attempts by Canada to push anti-Donald Trump rhetoric and warned the relationship between the two bordering nations has, quote, just gotten worse. So let's play the clip here. Here we go.
25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada are set to go into effect. Some Canadian coffee shops are responding by changing the name of the Americano drink to Canadiano. Kevin O'Leary joins me. It seems like
Petty.
Canadians are really united against America.
They're being very, very petty.
How can we get the relationship back on track after this?
Well, actually, this reaction in Canada has mostly to do with the constant barbs that Trump is throwing at Trudeau, who's still in power for another 22 days. There's a very negative relationship there, and it's just gotten worse because Trudeau has been putting out posts while he's in Europe, stirring up anti-Trump sentiment. These guys never liked each other, and Trudeau has nothing to lose. He's been basically kicked out by his party, so he's just in his last days, causing a tremendous amount of angst. And so Trump keeps going with, let's buy it as the 51st state. And that has made
Trump is the ultimate troll. And I mean that in a good way. Y'all know I keep comparing Trump to 50 Cent. Both of them have no filter. Both of them are not afraid to speak their mind, and they will troll you. And if you get on their bad side, they will get you. Like, they are the ultimate roasters. Like in school, I can see Trump being the one that's going around roasting people. That's exactly what he does to politicians and officials from other countries and our country as well. Trump is the ultimate troll, but I mean it, again, in a good way.
Canadians crazy, but the is causing a tremendous amount of angst. And so Trump keeps going with, let's buy it as the 51st state. And that has made Canadians crazy. But the truth is that is not being discussed at all. That's not part of the actual narrative that's occurring as we speak, Stuart.
No, he's trolling.
In D.C., because there's no leadership in Canada at the federal level, there's no active prime minister that's relevant. It's a void. And so what's occurred is all of the premiers of the different provinces that have different agendas. Ontario's different than Alberta, for example. They're the giant behemoths in terms of economies, and Saskatchewan for energy as well. They're down with their teams trying to focus on a new deal, if you want to call it NAFTA 3. There's a slight chance this whole thing gets punted till April 2nd after the report comes out on the impact of tariffs on Canada and Mexico. But
I can see that.
Nationalism in Canada is the noise. It's not the signal.
Got it.
No, no. When have you ever seen Canadians actually standing up for themselves like they're doing right now? It's the Trump effect. I'm all for it. I have nothing. I think you should be able to rep where you from. I think you should be able to be patriotic and talk smack back and forth. I don't see anything wrong with that. Globalists can't stand it though. But I mean, Canada have every right to boo the United States and be upset with the tariffs that we're levying on them. But we have every right to levy those tariffs and put our country first as well.
I want your take on the Zelensky and Trump spat in the Oval Office last Friday. What was your take on the very tense backwards and forwards?
These kinds of discussions over the generations of leaders, whether it's as far back as the First World War, have always occurred. The difference here is no one's ever seen sausage being made. And so this is a very transparent administration. Trump has just been very open. And you saw for the first time in modern times what really goes on behind closed doors. Now, you may not like it, but that is nothing new. And so, you know, frankly, having the cameras there, that's just Trump's style. And he's not changing. I get it. But what's on the table here is very interesting. Because as a result of that, you saw the British step up on Sunday and put in billions, committed billions in equipment and spending. Trump has been needling NATO.
Hold on, we'll see how long that lasts. We'll see how long Great Britain will support Zelensky now, because we're tired of it. We're tired of sending our tax dollars to Ukraine and not getting absolutely nothing in return and being disrespected by Zelensky. We're done with it. Aside for the globalists and a few people that's been brainwashed to believe believe in the propaganda of sending our tax dollars to Ukraine. Aside from that, the majority of Americans are done with it, and our officials, i.e., Trump, is done with it as well.
To put more money on the table, because frankly, the most impact if Russia keeps squeezing into Ukraine are the European countries around it, not the United States. And so he is trying to get more spending out of there, and he was successful in getting the British to commit. Now, Zelensky still wants a U.S. deal, and I think he'll get one. Now, if you don't like sausage being made, don't watch anymore.
It's probably going to be behind closed doors
that
in
tape.
the future. I would guess at that anyway. Let's deal with this quickly. Frank McCourt has announced that Reddit, the co-founder of Reddit, Alexis Ohanian, is going to join your bid to acquire TikTok. Why was Alexis brought into this, Kevin? Do you need the money?
No. He is such an. So what we're really concerned about with this deal is what happens to the creators on the platform, particularly the 6.5 million small businesses in America that generate over 11 billion worth of revenue on it. That's where the value is. And Reddit is well known amongst the creator community, and he is a legend within social media. So it makes sense to bring him here because Frank's dealing with something even bigger than just TikTok that's been at the bottom and the root of problems on social media, which got TikTok in trouble in the first place. Who owns the consumer data? Because all the litigation that occurs from sovereign countries against Meta and Google and everything else, you saw constant litigation there, and at the state level in the U.S., is around ownership of data. So we want to try and solve that problem at the same time. And this whole Reddit deal is part of that. We'll see what happens. Still no idea what's going to happen. April 5th is the deadline. There'll be no more extension. We'll have to wait and see.
You better answer your phone, Kevin, because I think that's you.
Right.
That's TikTok calling right now.
I knew it. We'll see you later, Kevin. Good luck, man.
Take care. Bye-bye.
I love Kevin O'Leary's insight. I agree with mostly what most of the things that he said. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. What should we do with Canada? Should we continue these the tariffs? Should we continue to put pressure on them? Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.